Hi, I'm Rebecca, an associate of Pickle Factory Dance Foundation, which is a hub for dance and movement, a space for the dance curious to meet, know, think, talk, and imagine dance. We're working towards creating a permanent venue in the city, a home for dance that will bring together artists and audiences across the board. This venue will be part of an international network of vibrant art spaces, hopefully. And till such time as we have a venue or the ability to go out, we strive to create this home for dance anywhere we can, even online for the moment. We're delighted to partner with TopCat CCU on this new series, Body Languages, where we explore movement with a featured dancer each week. This evening, we're featuring Surjit Nongmeikapam, a choreographer, dancer, and the founder and artistic director of Nachom Arts Foundation. He wanted us to share this message with you prior to his performance. In this pandemic, I find we need to support each other. Today, I will just be dancing and moving like a kid. It's the best time to reflect on yourself and retreat to your beloved life. Let's dance and move together, without judging who is best. Connect with the nature within your own body.
Este es mi momento. Ahora, aquí. Adiós, ayer.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Surjit here from Manipur. Am I visible? I hope you watched my performance, which is not so great, but I hope you guys enjoy it. So can I start? I hope you can see me, right? Okay. So can I just start now, or should I wait for people? Can you hear me? I think you can hear me, right? And you can also see me, of course. So, I'm Surjit Nongmeikapam from Manipur, and my friend called me Bonbon. And right now I'm very confused, very nervous, and so I hope you will not mind to be confused. Thank you to Pickle Factory and then TopCat for organizing such event on Facebook, and I really appreciate for having me on board. So I don't know what I have to share, but I want to share something very few briefly about my career and what I'm going on. So I'm from Manipur. I think most of people know, and right now also I'm in Manipur. Before I started, I just want to tell you about how I start my dance career. I started my dance career very late when I was 24. Then I did my BA choreography in Bangalore at Natya Institute of Kathak and Choreography. I know somebody will know this institute. So I did my BA choreography. I got my degree from there under the Dr. Maya Rao, and we call her Didi. And during those days, I was also with a company called Natya Stem Dance Company, run by Madhu Nataraj. I was there, and then I was there with their company, and Natya Stem Dance Company is one of the oldest contemporary dance company in India. And after that, I came back to Manipur, and then I also learned Manipuri Thangta from Oja Gurumayum Gaurakeshwar Sharma. Then I also learned Manipuri dance from Oja Memcha, and also I did some train from Oja Ibomsa for the Thangta. So later on, I also explored to physical theater in Manipur under the Haisnam Kanai Lal and also Ima Savitri. And so I kind of explore with many gurus in my life. So I'm sorry if I miss out some of my guru. I know, because I also feel that my guru is always my friend cycle, and my nature is my guru. So please pardon me if I didn't mention your name. So as I told that I really started my dance career, then I came up this question why I'm dancing and what I want to do in my life and what kind of dancer should I be. Because when I was in the this choreography in the Natya Institute of Kathak and Choreography, I've been asking question myself that what I'm going to do after this BA choreography, because at that time I was 24, and then and most of my friends whom I met in Bangalore, most of them already done their degree and they learned classical dance from from very young age, from 15, 16 and all. So I was very doubtful to myself what I'm going to become in my life, and also I changed my profession very much. Before coming a professional dancer, I did my hotel management. I was a badminton player. I was in the athletic, So I've changed a lot of kind of occupation for myself. So thank you everyone for coming on live, and I hope I will, and sorry for my English is so bad, and that is why I think I am becoming dancer, because dance can be a universal language, so I don't need to speak so much in English. So thank you, and so I have a question that why I am dancing, okay, why I am dancing, okay, more of us should ask that question, yeah. I know why we are dancing. Thank you, Vikram, for the question, and Rekha. And thank you, everyone. Okay. Okay. So, okay. So why I'm dancing? So, I had, when I finished my BA choreography, I came back in Imphal. Then I was not really happy. Thank you, Vikram, for motivation for my English. And if I cannot, I will dance, so don't worry. So when I came back to Imphal, thank you, Rekha. So when I came back, okay, let me start my story. So when I came back to Imphal, then I was not happy that in my work, because my style was from the classical background, and then it's kind of not my style because it's not from me, because it's from Kathak, Manipuri dance. It's kind of I will say please correct me if I'm wrong. I will say fusion dance. For me, it felt like fusion dance, but I wanted to do something experimental which really from me. And so I've been asking this question, and I was in Manipur. Then luckily I met one of my guru and mentor who is Manipur. His name is Akshay Kumar Mayang Lambab. And then he introduced me one of the NGO run domestic violence who in Manipur called CORE, and they form a group called Ice to Ice, and this is especially for for the trauma victims. And Manipur is a conflict zone, and we have a lot of victims from the trauma, and still everyone are having trauma. So I met him, and I was lucky that they sent me to Kolkata, and uh, then I met. So I will read out something I have written down so that you will understand me a little better. So in this, when I went to this Kolkata Sanvet, it was for 3 months. In these 3 months, I was exposed to many activities, like visiting the victims. There was a lot of victims. Like I went to red light area, and HIV positive kids home, and mentally challenging and others, And during this, I met many of them, which I could not communicate by Hindi and Manipuri and English, because most of them know only Bengali. Yeah, most of them know only Bengali, and I don't know Bengali. Okay, and yes, there was someone who helped to translate Bengali to English for me. However, I was mostly communicated with the physical movement of or body language. It was hard to communicate with in the beginning, but later on, we started to trust and build up our friendship with the help of body language. Later on, they really liked me even though we could not communicate verbally. Then, this is when I realized the importance of body language. Then I started focusing on creating new work which involved universal body language to express my story in my work. So my work is mostly nonverbal, rooted in physical movement. It sometimes creates gaps in communication as the audience seems to feel more comfortable with verbal text. Letting our bodies speak for themselves and making the medium of expression easily communicable to different kinds of audience is something I have been working on. When I tell the story in my work, I try to do it in a way such that any person from the different culture, places could connect to that story, even though the story are about Manipur. So this is what I found out dance is why it's very important to me, and why is to my experimenting body language. So I have a question from Vikram. Okay, so today you saw us. What is the dance? Simple and honestly. Okay, does this reflect how you work in the studio to make well, or do you have other purpose to use? Okay, see, Vikram, as I told you that my work, I don't try to fix my work, because I always try to connect something which close to me and which move to me. So right now, this is in this pandemic. I thought that most of people are inside the room and we cannot go out, or some people cannot go to the studio, and then I thought that people are dancing, people are moving, going to the nature place, but for some people who could not go out, and for some people who don't have a studio, so I decided to be inside my own room, which I think you show it, because I also feel that we should not limit our idea of dancing space, because there is so much space. Even though right now, even I'm sitting, I can dance. We have so much space, and I can share this energy to you and to everyone. And this is the powerful of the movement. So we don't need to define with the space. That's why I kind of perform in my own room. And about the simplicity of dance form, because I always wanted to do from this simple dance form, and I also want to say that simple is not easy all the time. And then then basic is very important, because if there is no basic, then we cannot go up, because the foundation is necessary to build the building also. Same way, I wanted to do very simple dance form, so that the other people who say non-dancer, I will say all everyone a mover. So I want to give a motivation that we should stop seeing that how the professional dancer are dancing. I mean, they are beautiful and it's great, but sometimes we should not always, keep it close ourselves. We need to open it. We need to express, enjoy ourselves. And I think this is kind of love we have to share together. Just moving around, not thinking about what is best and what is best, what is good. Because the most important for me also, because I work with a non-dancer in Manipur. So the most important for me is to be honest, and how to be present on stage is very important, and to be honest. And that is why I think I did a very simple movement. So I hope that makes sense, Bikram. Okay, let's go to next. I love the point of finding universal body in this time when so much is online. Mostly people are typing and sitting, sticking dust and taking the camera. What do you feel in the way we could reach out the ease of the truth? Okay. I think maybe they, for Dana Roy, I just want to say, I cannot say because maybe they are in the desktop, because they must be working for other things. Because right now also I've been in this desktop trying to communicate with some friend, maybe, but I feel that, what do you feel in the way we could reach out to each other? I think we should not stop doing what we love. I think that's what I would say, because it could be just dance or music, or you can go, you don't need to come back, you can be alone, we can go. I will not say to you, I will say to myself that I can go to the farming, alone, being alone. I think when I plant, when I plant one tree, it's not only for me, it's for all universe. I think that is how we should also, I should also think about this, to how we connect each other. I don't know if this getting point to your questions. I saw lots of elements of nature in your movement. What was the intention of the spontaneous? Yeah, Kartika. Yeah, there was a lot of elements, and because that was the kind of different materials I've been collecting in my movement also. Because as I say, as a dancer and as a choreographer, because for me I find it's very important to have different materials. I need to understand what kind of materials, because when I want to create or want to express out in the in a one piece, I need to collect it from this different material and put it in one plate. So I may not need all these materials later, or it will be necessary. But at one point, if I want to present something, because I don't need to take it everything also, but we need to understand this all element. And for me as a mover, I find myself it's very important to explore in the different elements, so that we we experience it already. And if you already experience it, it's nice and clear to explain to people. I think that is what I am doing right now. Okay, definitely the felt motivated to move and was in you so free, and it was not even a conscious choice, it was the was, and then yeah. So when I dance also, because our body is for movement. The fingers we have joined, is not to be kept like this. It's simple. We cannot. If I want to hold a pen, I can hold like this, but it's more easy to hold like this. So we have a lot of possibility in our body, and we should use it. It's simple as that, I think, right? So forget about. If we are you can create something extraordinary, but we also keep it very simple, and then enjoy ourselves. Yeah. Okay, so okay, I hope also as a male dancer, I always felt that there was a lot of judgment involved in recently. Did you face did you have to face anything similar? Being a dancer, first of all, being a dancer is always challenging in our life, and I think I had this kind of phase before. Oh, you are you dance like a female, or you are a dancer, you become like a female, because like like Manipuri dance is soft and grace, and sometimes when I dance in the contemporary dance, when you become flew like a river, or like a air, you become softened, you cannot like so it become you see the softness, and people, this is the misunderstanding for people. When you see softness, it's only for female. It's not like that, it's not masculinity is only for men. I think I watch a lot of martial art, and I also train in martial art. So in martial art, we also say that if you know how to dance, you know how to do how to fight. I think this is a good example. So to be like a water, but it should be also very soft. Yeah. Okay. So many Manipur is a unique place so far as dance and movement culture goes in everywhere, and you have worked with so many different Manipur gurus. How do you think and this come up into your work and team? Okay, Vikram. So I've been with many gurus, but as I said, but I didn't want it to be as a Manipuri classical dancer or traditional mover or something, because I was very late, and then and also I was trying to find something for my own, which express, because Manipur is such a rich culture, and we have a lot of legendary like Ratan Thiam, Ojai Kanailal, and music and so on. They have been doing very great job, and to go in this pace, it will be very tough for me. So it's more easier for me is to go out somewhere and to find my own way, my own vocabulary. I respect all my guru. Because of them I can go like this. If there was no guru of I might be doing a classical dance or something which related to classical dance, because but when I researched it, most of the guru already did this thing, and I don't want to I interfere, because they have their own technique, and that's why I want to find my own technique. But still I have my own root in my vocabulary and my own thinking. Of course, I'm from Manipur. My body is Manipur. You cannot deny I'm not from Manipur at all. So my body is Manipur. You cannot deny I'm Manipur. If I'm singing or if I'm dancing ballet, you cannot deny Manipur. So it's simple as that. So I'm just Manipur, so that's it. So Surjit, you moved so beautifully in the video, as you quite right said that you don't wish to limit yourself to any particular form. I could see some elements of mine perhaps. And juggling ball. Yeah, so as I said, the video was not only for the professional dancer, because I wanted to share this to people who love movement, because it's very easy to move, because when we think about dance, because people are shy, because I met so many people when I did my workshop in the dance therapy, they was very shy when they mentioning dancing, and they said, oh no, we cannot dance. So first of all, we need to click out this idea of this dancing and just make a simple game. When you play with just juggling the balls, you start moving by unknowingly the person is dancing. So for me, the person is already dancing. That is why I think I started with this simple idea, and you can create with many others ideas. It's kind of imagination yourself, and it's just to build up, yourself, relax and just enjoy whatever. It's kind of playing with your own imagination. When you are a kid, you are happy yourself. Even when you give a one pen to your kid, you know, they will enjoy happily, and they will play whatever they want. So they don't just in this pen, you know, or this the brush, you know. So I think that is an important thing. So okay, so I know dance, so you know the fire on the brain. So Manipur, my body is Manipur. If you see Surjit performance word, this statement will carry that much more powerful. Thank you, Bikram. Yeah, yeah, and I also want to share that, you know, most, as I said, my work is non-verbal, and I try not to be involved. There is beautiful, beautiful music, beautiful dance form, beautiful, you know, technique of martial art, and there is a lot of guru, there is a lot of Thangta martial art, and they are doing their job. And for me, as a contemporary dancer, I have to find my own vocabulary. That's why whenever I kind of created, I try to, you know, it's rooted, but I don't want to show it the obvious movement. I didn't mean that I don't like it, the movement. I really love it. I think because I respect more my Manipuri culture. That is why I don't want to put in contemporary dance. One of my friends said, you know, she is Odissi dancer, and if you're doing a contemporary dancer, just do contemporary dancer. You know, it doesn't mean that I'm very offended. Please don't think that. I respect the ideas, but for me, I'm saying it's nice to be respect other culture and other technique form. Since I'm a contemporary dancer, I try to create something different from out of the technique or vocabulary from my own traditional or classical dance form. As a performer, dancer, choreographer, you emphasize a natural ability of individual and collective body. Would you say this is also what makes you work in politically? So I'm trying to guess your question because I want to answer. Okay. As a performer, dancer, choreographer, you emphasize on natural ability of individual and collective body. Will you say this is also one? Okay, yeah, I will say, you know, I know everybody is saying that political is everywhere without politics. I think political word is very, very beautiful word. I mean, without political, we cannot survive in this world, you know. Political is something that how to live our life, you know. I have to, you know, I have to arrange my life, and that is politics. I have to know my way. I think that is what, even in my work also, I have to understand my work. I think to stand as my own individual is already politics for me. Yeah, political. So I hope that is enough, I think. Yeah. So is there any question, or is that right question, answer for you? It was, yeah. Thank you. So, okay, I want to show you something very, very, very simple. You know, you saw my performance. And so I want to show you a little demonstration today, and just to practice yourself and how I practice myself. So I'm going to show my imagination to visualize. And I'm not saying that you need to stuck in this because you have your own way of thinking. You can create, there's nothing wrong. You should not kill or you should not harm to other. That's it. So today, okay, I'm just going to. Okay. Thank you, Sataksi. And so I want just going to change my face to other directions so that I want to show something. Okay. So, okay. So this is the blank paper. I mean, I'm using the recycled paper. Okay. So, you know, in Manipur, we have this idea in Manipuri martial art also and Manipuri dance. We mostly use infinity, and we the ancestor we call Pakhangba. It's also kind of serpentine deities we know as. So it's like a number 8. So it's come like this. So the head and tail. So you know they meet at one point again. So it goes infinity. It's like infinity. If you go number 8, if save it infinity. So this is infinity symbols. So in our Manipuri martial art also and Manipuri dance, we have mostly flu. We don't have like a kind of very geometrical shape. And in this kind of idea, I try to explore it like this. So, you know, when you see this is infinity symbol, but there is so many way of looking infinity, because if you do this is infinity for me, because it does not, you know, combine. So this is also infinity. This is a set. So, all right. So let's just start. So this is the point, and I travel. So this is infinity, infinity, infinity. So I'm still drawing number 8. I'm still drawing number 8, but it go to the different direction. So this is kind of idea I'm looking for, and then okay, let me change the direction. Okay, cool. So with that idea, so going to do in the body movement. So I'm going to do in my room. So you can see me. Okay, so okay. All right. So I hope you can hear me. So that infinity. So I think in Kathak also you use, you know, a lot of dance form in Chinese, in all everywhere, in Tai Chi, even in Manipur. So this is actually number 8. If you really see this, you know, this is number 8, right? You can see. Okay, so this is number 8, right? So what I'm going to do is, so instead of this, I'm trying to explore with this simple index to bigger, you know. So I join my fingers. So after this, I try to more become it. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So I becoming bigger. So you try to reach up more and more. So even in Manipuri martial art, we always try to more closer, because it can protect you. So if you reach out, if you open up, there is lot of space, negative space, which can be attacked by opening. That is why in Manipur we are very close, so everywhere. So with that infinity, can you hear me, right? Okay, so with that infinity is very close, I'm protecting myself. So you know all the limb, my neck, my hip, my knee, my ankles, my fingers, everything is connected. So it's just simple. What you need to do is just kind of concentrate on your body and flew like a draw the all this line, yeah. And this still this number 8 is continue, and you can go more beyond, and then you still continue. So you reach out. So you reach out in different form. So it's more relaxed. It's more relaxed. So breathe in and breathe out is very important. And you can also draw with number 8 with your feet. So like this. And with your hip. with your hip and with your chest. So all this is number 8. Number 8. So there's infinity. So make it bigger, reach out in different. Imagine you have a different, there's a lot of small particles flying all over in this place. So what you're going to do is you are playing with the small particle and collect, bring it, collect, bring it to you and let it go inside and like flow, just relax yourself, play, breathe in, breathe out, just enjoy, play your joint, your fingers, your hip. So all our body joint is moving now. So our body is to move. So let it move. So what you're going to do here is just to move simple and not to be very like hard. Yeah, it's more loving yourself. It's for more loving you touch your body like like showers, going to the bed and like in shower you touch your body, right? So something like that, just enjoy, play some music, just enjoy, breathe and breathe out, and wrist, collect, and loom. And here you can also go to the floor, And so the most important, why we are doing here is, I don't need to have a big space. I don't need to. So I can be in one point, in this point, and I can move my whole body. So you don't need to find a big space. See, I can move my whole body, my joint, all my joint, I can move. So so you don't need to find a bigger space. You can go to the toilet and dance. You can go to the one corner space. You can move. And I think this is what I want to share today, because since everyone are confined in the room, so we should not limit our dancing life. I hope that is fine, right? Okay, so I just set up this space. All right. So that is why today I want to share this one, because only so people are very, when I started to the toilet, go on, everywhere is a space. Oh, so I knew it, the light will go. So it's in Manipur. Welcome to Manipur. Yeah, I arranged it. See, I'm smart. All right. Voila. So, yeah. So what I was saying is, we don't need to find, if we don't have a space or a studio or a big space, and we cannot go out to nature because everything is locked down. So there is so many kind of movement we can still explore. I think that is the beauty. So our body have so much ability to adjust, and we have, the God has created us to adjust. We've been adjusting in this world. So there is lot of kind of idea we have to explore. I think that is what we need to do it. And and let's go back to thank you, Tansa, and there was yes, please enjoy when you are, wherever you are, your bed, your bathroom, and whenever you go to sweeping, cleaning your room, wiping everything. Oh, cut is everywhere. Yeah, sometimes it's good for the art. So if you have any other questions, I don't know what is the time now. Are we still, can I still continue or should I stop? Oh, the light has come. Wow. Cool. Okay, so Dana, I have a good cosmic grin on my face called subtle series of energy and joy. Thank you, Dana, and never stop it. And you know, the beauty thing in the dancing, you know, is to be honest. You see when child is dancing without any, you know, this kind of showing off the I am the best, you know, they are just dancing, and this the beauty that you see the honest and you feel very connected, you know, and that's what I think we should also try, you know, in when we dance also. I mean, as I said, it doesn't need to have a limitation. We also need to think about why I am to do, because right now what I did, it was just for this pandemic situation. But if I did this, you know, this on live, maybe I will plan others like more so-called performative way. Maybe I will go to some bathroom, you know, exploring my space. I have done it, but as I said, you know, during this pandemic, I find it more important is why we are dancing for, who for, you know. And as a therapeutic, I find it that you know, I find it to share our energy to the people who need us, you know, and that it's not just only for dancer. It should be for people who are looking for something to kind of relax, or to relax out the anxiety, and that is what I thought, you know, as a dancer, it's very necessary as a choreographer. Innocent without being self-conscious. Yes, David. Hi, David. Thank you for coming. Yes. Hello to your families in Australia. Yeah. So if you have any questions, please do ask. Like about my work, and I just want to share something little bit about my way of walking. As I said, the simplicity, you know, what is simplicity and minimalistic, you know, the idea is less is more. The Japanese philosophy of wabi-sabi. I like wabi-sabi. If you know wabi-sabi, please, and if you don't know, please go on. Wabi-sabi, the act of embracing the faults and the imperfections. So I kind of like this idea of wabi-sabi, because wabi-sabi is very simple and is not something very perfect. But even though if it is not perfect, there is so much beauty in imperfection. I think that is the beauty, you know, we need to find, and that is what I am looking for in my art form also. Since I'm not a good dancer, because I'm not trained as a pure from my childhood, and I'm not a, you know, very good choreographer, very, you know, this thing. So what more important for me is to be honest in my work. If I don't know, just keep it raw, and also to make it more simple, because I cannot dance like a ballet, you know, and I cannot dance like a beautiful dancer like my friend Rianto. So I have to find instead of changing their limit, you know, I need to better to be in myself, the imperfection, you know, so that imperfection thing should capture it and try to reflect it to different levels. And that is what I find it myself, that, you know, even if I work with my dancer in Manipur, I try to make it very simple, to make it very, because most of people I work in Manipur are non-dancer, And sorry to say, in Manipur, the contemporary dance is very small community. I think maybe, yeah, I don't want to say, but it may be 1, 2, so sometimes I'm very alone. I think that is what also make me challenge to myself to create something different. I think that's what also I try to realize myself and reflect to my work from my loneliness as a contemporary dancer from Manipur. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much to Dana. Thank you, Vikram. Thank you, David. Yeah, so I think so that is what Wabi Sabi is very important for me. I'm just giving this phrase because it's more easy to understand if you check it out on Google's what is Wabi Sabi. I think you will know it. Thank you, Kunal. And also I also kind of try to reflect for my memories, because it's my way of working is, as I mentioned before, also because since I'm very very kind of I don't read so much. I mean, I love hearing actually, and I love meeting people. And I love listening story from many people. And whatever I came of or I face that situation, which moves to me, I try to reflect. So it's my memories. So I try to reflect it to my work. And I think that is what I try to create for my own work, do in my work. I think that is because why? Because to me that is already from me. Instead of I borrowing from someone's story. I mean, it's okay to take it from beautiful story, but for me it is not available. It's not for me because I cannot understand the ideas of them. But for myself, I understand myself. So for me, that is why it's more better for me to kind of calculate my own ideas and create something from my own. So even though it maybe some people will not like it, I know it's not for everyone, but I think for some people it will be okay. Yeah. So it is the time to move out for me, Kunal. Thank you, Anna. It is all everything, no? Yes. So I will say, I think it's already 30 minutes, right? So thank you I would like to thanks to Pickle Factory and TopCat for having me, and all of you who came and support. I hope, please pardon me for my language as I'm a mover, and so I could not express out with my Barvelli, but I hope you will understand my universal way of movement and expression. Thank you again, and I hope you all will stay safe, and please, and until, I think this is the best time that to reflect ourselves, and I find very valuable times during this pandemic because I have given my own, I try to give my own time, and during this pandemic I had time to do my own body exercise, to think, to reflect, to reflect my memories from my childhood. I hope you guys also having a good time reflecting memories from your childhood with your families, and thinking about the humanity, which we all forgot because of the technology and because of we were so busy, and now it's time to remember our loved one. And I think the nature had taught us very well, and I'm very sorry for people who've been suffer with this, and I hope we have to go through with this. And with this, I would like to thanks to everyone for coming and supporting me. Thank you so much again, and have a good evening, and love from Manipur. And yeah, thank you again. Thank you again, Pickle Factory and TopCat. Please go on to their live section for next edition also. Thank you, Vikram. Ciao ciao, Kurumjari from Manipur.
We hope you enjoyed this video. You may want to check out our recent online collaboration with Arts Forward, A Sudden Strangeness, on our Facebook and Instagram pages. You will see 24 movement improvisations in response to Pablo Neruda's poem Keeping Quiet, sent in from artists around the world in this time of isolation. And look out for more body languages sessions coming up next Wednesday on the TopCat CCU livecast on Facebook at 6 p.m. We have a host of other programs as well, discovering the world of dance and movement. There's more on our website, details below. Follow us, join us, support us, drop us a line, and see you next Wednesday.